New to Monster Hunter World, Hunter Tools are equipable items that offer your hunter a bonus. Mantles are worn, and boosters are stuck in the ground for a brief AoE buff. The effects and duration of each vary and should be used based on the situation you're in. You earn these items by completing specific quests, so while you may be familiar with the first few, be sure to stick around till the end to see any you may have missed. Awarded after the main story quest Flying Sparks, Tobi Kadachi, the GHILLIE Mantle is the very first hunter tool you get in Monster Hunter World. It lets you hide in plain sight, giving you the opportunity to heal and sharpen your weapon, as well as gather monster tracks right in the shadow of the monster without instigating a fight. Be wary though, as you'll be exposed if you attack or take any damage. Given to you after your first exploration of the Coral Highlands, the Glider Mantle is a positioning mantle most useful in this area for its strong updrafts. It increases your jump air time, grants the power to ride strong winds, and makes it much easier to mount monsters, which gives you an edge over your flying foes. Awarded after the optional 4-star quest Unnightmare's Wings, the Cleanser Booster item places a smoker in the ground that removes abnormal status effects as well as prevents them in any other elemental blights you would otherwise be affected by. This is useful in many situations, but it is essential before you have any items with the Effluvia resistance skill when fighting the Elder Dragon Val Hazak. The Health Booster is awarded to you after your attempt to capture Zora Magdaros in the assigned quest One for the History books. Like the Cleanser Booster, the Health Booster is also a smoker that you place on the ground. However, it acts as a natural health fountain for you and your team. Simply step into the area once it's placed and your health bar will regenerate. Unlocked by completing the low-rank optional quest Redefining the Power Couple, which pits you against both a Rathian and Rathalos simultaneously, the Bandit Mantle is great if you ever find yourself low on Zenny. When equipped, it causes monsters to drop rare trade-in items when you attack them, which can then be sold for some quick cash. Be aware that the effect does stack, so have the rest of your team equip them as well for maximum drops. Awarded after the second high-rank quest within the main story, Tickled Pink, the Vitality Mantle negates a fixed amount of damage, after which the effect expires. It serves as a shield between your health bar and the monster's attacks, and it's a great item for when you're low on health, so you have a buffer when you retreat to heal. After finishing the first half of the optional capture quest line given by the Smart Biologist, you'll unlock the optional quest Gone in a Flash. After defeating the low-rank Kirin within it, you'll unlock the Thunderproof Mantle. Each elemental mantle will be useful specifically in fights against monsters that use that element. With the Thunderproof Mantle's reduction of thunder damage and nullification of Thunder Blight, you'll want to equip this one up against Tobi Tagachi's and Kirin's. Unlocking the Waterproof Mantle requires completing the bounty Armory R&D Waterproofing at the Resource Center, which requires some high-rank Gyratotus scales and a fin. The Waterproof Mantle will reduce water damage and negate water blight. It'll also allow greater maneuverability through muck and deep water, most helpful when up against the amphibious Gyratotus or the mud-flinging Barroth. To receive the Iceproof Mantle, complete the bounty Armory R&D Weatherizing at the Resource Center, which requires some high-rank Paolumu pelts and a wing. The Iceproof Mantle follows the lead of other elemental mantles, reducing ice damage and nullifying ice blight, so you'll definitely get the most out of this one when fighting a Legiana. Perhaps the most useful mantle due to the many monsters in Monster Hunter World that use fire and blast damage, the Fireproof Mantle can be gained by completing the 7-star optional quest of Fiery Convergence. It does exactly what you'd expect by reducing fire damage, but also negates Fire Blight and Blast Blight. As such, there are many monsters that it will be useful against, from Uragan's Exploding Rocks to Anjanath's Fire Blast. However, it's almost mandatory to bring into any fight with a Teostra, and can be the difference between getting knocked out or taking them out. Awarded by the 3rd Fleet Master after completing all optional quests given by her and her assistants at the research base, with the final one ending in a throwdown with the Diablos and Black Diablos in the Wildspire Waste, the Affinity Booster is great for any offensive build. It places a smoker on the ground that increases the critical hit chance of you and your teammates for the duration of its effect. Put it down right at the end of a teammate's mounting and you're sure to do some massive damage to any monster. Unlocked after defeating a high-rank Rathalos and Azure Rathalos in the 7-star optional quest The Red and Blue Crew, the Challenger Mantle is great in specific situations. For instance, if there's a specific area to a map that has an environmental trap or easier way to mount, this item will prompt monsters to target you more often and makes them easier to lure into those areas. However, like the GHILLIE Mantle, it will expire if you're attacked. After fully researching 10 monsters and beating a Kushala Daora in the Ancient Forest during the optional quest A Portent for Disaster, you'll unlock the Apothecary Mantle. A perfect addition to status effect weapons, the Apothecary Mantle increases the probability of triggering status buildup of weapons with abnormal statuses such as paralysis, poison, or sleep. Basically, that all means if you want to paralyze a monster with a paralysis weapon, you'll do it faster if you're wearing this mantle. You can unlock the Immunity Mantle by fully researching 15 monsters and beating a Teostra in the Wildspire Waste during the optional quest of Blaze in the Sands. A great one to have against any monster with status attacks like Puke Puke's Poison, the Immunity Mantle removes and nullifies abnormal status effects for its duration. It's a simple but versatile tool for any experienced hunter. After hunting 5 different threat level 1 tempered monsters, aka the tempered versions of 6-star monsters, you'll receive the optional quest Showdown, the Muck and the Maul, which has you hunting a tempered Barroth and a tempered Radobon in an arena. Complete this and you'll be awarded with the Impact Mantle. It adds a stun effect to most attacks and increases the potency of existing stun attacks, which means stunning monsters with the Impact Mantle in conjunction with other stun items is a great option for a good offense. Did someone say poison and fireballs? After you hunt down 7 different threat level 2 tempered monsters, in this case any tempered versions of monsters from 6-star quests, you'll receive the optional quest New World Sky, New World Flower, which has you taking on a tempered Pink Rathian and a tempered Azure Rathalos in an arena. After you take out this colorful power couple, you'll be given the Evasion Mantle. A great mantle to have in any fight, the Evasion Mantle increases the invulnerability window that you have while dodging and grants a temporary attack boost for evading a monster at the very last second. Perhaps the very best mantle of them all, the ROCKSTEADY Mantle will, forgive the pun, rock your world, but you have a lot to do to get it. Like the Impact and Evasion Mantles, you'll be hunting some more tempered monsters to earn your prize. Here, however, you'll have to take out 3 different tempered Elder Dragons. These investigations are locked to Hunter rank 50, so don't expect to get to this one before you're well into the endgame. After tracking down and taking out these deadly forces of nature, you'll be presented with the not-so-simple task of slaying a tempered Valhazak and a tempered Odogaron in the optional quest A Summons from Below. After you've done all this, you can finally rock the ROCKSTEADY. It's definitely worth the effort, though. It eliminates damage reactions, prevents wind effects, protects your hearing, and grants tremor resistance. Not a bad trade-off for taking the hardest fights head-on. Those are all the hunter tools in Monster Hunter World. Don't forget to always equip whatever boosters and mantles will be most helpful to you on your next hunt, and always remember to remove your mantles once they've been used so that they'll recharge. For more on Monster Hunter World, be sure to check out our extensive wiki guide. If you're new to the series, why not check out our recommendations on the best weapons for new players, or if you're closer to the endgame territory, check out our guide on how to get your hands on the valuable Plunderblade Palico gear. For all your other monster hunting needs, you're already in the right place here at IGA.